METS Ignited is an industry-led, government-funded growth centre for the mining, equipment, technology and services sector. We're funded by the Department of Industry, Science, Energy and Resources, and the goal of the Industry Growth Centre initiative is to accelerate the commercialisation of innovation, to enhance skills and capabilities, and to grow exports of technology and services in areas where Australia has a proven competitive advantage. METS Ignited supports the sector by providing matched funding for collaborative projects with METS companies in the mining industry. We also deliver accelerators and masterclasses to enhance the commercial skills and capabilities in the sector. We also sponsor industry events such as this one to promote the various support programs and to bring the ecosystem together. The success of the Australian METS sector has created more highly skilled jobs and continues to expand and grow the economic contribution generated by Australia's leading technology sector. This includes building the future skills in areas such as data and analytics, robotics and automation, and engineering services. At METS Ignited, we recognise the important role that technology has played in our national strengths. Our focus is now on ensuring that world-leading innovation that enables these primary industries is productised and commercialised within our national economy. We must invest in our local capabilities to successfully support productisation and commercialisation of those innovations that have emerged from our world-leading resources sector. Many of those innovations are the result of years of sustained investment, often by the major producers. Now, with the backing and support of these industry leaders, we want to see our sector capitalise on this investment, converting those innovations into products and services and making them available to the wider market. Over the next hour or so, we'll be talking with a number of successful METS companies who have delivered on their commercial success. We're talking with their founders and their leadership teams on what it's taken for them to achieve the level of success they've delivered. We hope that you all get some value out of these lessons that companies have learned, finding their own way in the market. And hopefully you can apply some of these lessons to your own organisation, helping you scale and grow and build commercial success. I'm here with Peter Strobus, who's the Business Director for Process IQ. Peter's here to share some of his experience in establishing a successful business and what they've learnt on their growth journey. So Peter, could you tell us about yourself and what Process IQ does?
So I'm actually studied metallurgical engineering years ago, and very soon became very interested in optimization on mining plants, particular minerals processing. And so I've really been working in that field all my life. I came to Australia in around 2000, and by about 2011, I started Process IQ with my business partner, Daniel van der Spey. So we make a great team. I'm very interested in business development and finding technologies that's helping the mining industry being more productive. And Daniel is the technical director, and he's, I suppose, the guy that makes all these things come together and work in practice.
What do you feel are the key factors behind the success of your organisation?
Well, I think one of the main attributes that one should have to make a business successful is empathy with everybody around you, really, with your clients, with your employees, with people that are prospective employees, with your business partners, even with the government and the community out there. A business can't operate in isolation. You need interaction with a lot of different people. So you really need to put yourself in other people's shoes and understand where they're coming from. When you're in business, you should really not be afraid of any specific discipline. Make sure you're all over everything and have an understanding. If people talk about your accounts or your marketing or your sales or technical aspects, you really need to understand things and always have a beginner's attitude. Don't think you know everything. Always assume you've got something to learn from other people, and never think there's areas that's beyond you. You really need to understand everything because it's your business. You can't just blindly rely on other people to give you advice. You really need to understand what you get into, but you also have to be careful what sort of advice you take. Everybody has an opinion. You can't just blindly follow advice of people that are not invested in your business. So
is there anything you've tried that didn't go to plan or didn't work?
oh, lots of things. That's happened all the time. From small things where we try different approaches to sales and marketing all the time. We've tried different products. Some of it we initially started off with and persisted for years with. Others we've very quickly got out of. And there's just a many different factors why things are not going to work in a business. So you need to be able to pivot and change your mind and change things, and don't think about the historical cost that you've invested in time and cost into a certain direction or a certain product. That's in the past. So you always need to look forward. We've for example, at one point started a business, in retrospect, it actually looks a bit silly, but we were going to import grinding media to Australia. We didn't actually know right at that time when we started that the government has put on anti-dumping laws against Chinese products. And so that stopped the thing in its tracks. And I suppose it's one of the things we tried. But, you do these things sometimes, and, you've just got to learn from your mistakes and move forward.
What support services has your business utilised, and I guess from that, what advice would you give to other METS companies that are looking to grow?
Yeah, so we've actually been very active in exploring what support services are available. I think we're extremely fortunate to be in Australia and have a tremendous amount of government support for entrepreneurial businesses. So I actually only realized that it's too late in my, not too late, it's never too late, but, I realized quite late, what a tremendous amount of support services there are. So initially, one of the first things we did is we went on a one-day free seminar for digital transformations through METS Ignited. And at the time, I didn't take it very seriously. I was just like, okay, fine, this is a free thing. Let's just go and take a day off at, I think it was close to Curtin University, and just listen what these guys have to say, and went in with a very open mind. And that sort of was very transformational for our business, because it was both me and our technical director. And that it really formed a vision for us about where things are going in the future. And that meant we were well positioned to take quick action when we saw the right opportunities come our way. So then after that, we started really digging in and looking even at things like funding and consulting services through the Entrepreneurs Program that was available. And that all, I suppose, led to the collaboration and the new joint venture that we started with OAIQ. And we also accessed funding from METS Ignited, which was basically like an accelerated commercialization and collaboration funding. And that was transformational for that business. That business now well up and running. We've got many clients globally that we support through remote optimization services. And we also won the collaboration award at the last IMR conference, which was really an amazing acknowledgement of what the whole team has achieved. And I think that whole collaboration theme was also transformational for us, is to really listen to what people are saying. Sometimes it's difficult to understand why they hammer on things like collaboration, why is it such a big theme? But if you really immerse yourself in it, you'll quickly find that maybe you don't know everything, and maybe you can't take the whole cake, but you can make the cake a lot bigger if you collaborate with other people.
I like that example, like make the cake bigger. And that's certainly the experience of many of the METS companies, and the collaboration award is why part of the reason we're here today is to learn from your experience that's made you successful. So I guess finally, what's next for you in the business? Where are the opportunities that you see ahead of you?
Look, we've got many opportunities, and I think our biggest challenge is really to filter out what are we not going to do, not so much what are we going to do. But we've just recently opened an office in Canada. Process IQ is registered there as a business in Canada. We opened an office in South Africa, and so we really focused on global expansion and penetrating other markets. And now with coronavirus, you do need local representation. Although we can do a lot from Australia as well, so we still think that the global market and optimization industry for mining services and mining optimization is in its infancy. It's really quite far behind other areas, and the main reason is because it's so difficult. It's difficult to mine raw materials out of the earth and eventually turning it into good products. And there's a lot of things that we're not measuring that should be measured, difficult things. There's optimization that can be done. So yes, we're looking at things like acquisitions of other companies as well to look at online measurement equipment. We are expanding the joint venture for helping to optimize various mines around the world, and that's a very important business, because making the mining industry more efficient is good for everybody.
No, look, Peter, thank you for your time, and that's a great example. And I think there's a few key lessons there. That collaboration is certainly key and a key recipe for success for all the companies like yours that we see go on to become very successful and internationally focused. So thank you very much for your time and your insight. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Adrian. Appreciate it.